this out. It's a big myth that motherfuckers is caught up in, you know, as far as the streets and when motherfuckers is doing street shit. And the myth is that, you know, real niggas don't tell, or street niggas don't tell, however you want to put it. That's a myth. You know how many real motherfuckers told, how many street motherfuckers told, and the reason being is that that shit is a part of the motherfucking game. Like we say, it's a game. Motherfuckers gonna get over however the fuck they can in the game. All they trying to do is make it past go, get around the board, and back to go. They don't give a fuck how they do it. Now you got some motherfuckers, you know, who be on one side of the playing the game one way. You got motherfuckers that play the game another way. And motherfuckers that play it another way. You know what I mean? But one thing I'm gonna tell you motherfuckers in real time is that snitching is a part of the game. Some motherfuckers gonna be playing that part, and some other motherfuckers gonna be playing the other part, but they not telling. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers telling on everything. Motherfuckers telling it, and they ain't even gotta tell. They ain't even facing no time. I seen motherfuckers, you know, back in the days when I was, you know, locked up and all that. I seen motherfuckers tell, you know, to escape a year. That was the only thing they was facing, or 2 or 3 years. And they told. They didn't have to. You know what I mean? And the motherfuckers they told on fell for the myth. Oh, my nigga ain't gonna tell. Nigga, pressure bust pipes. That's real shit. Motherfucker tell you, you know, well, here's what the deal is. And if you don't tell us this is where you're gonna be at for the rest of your life. You know, for the most part, most motherfuckers gonna talk their way out of it. Or tell their way out of it. Some motherfuckers what? Talk their way in it. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I don't condone when you with a motherfucker and y'all do something and y'all agree to do it and the shit hit the fan and the motherfucker don't accept what come with the shit hitting the fan. Yeah, we know in a lot of regards that's some bullshit. But everybody ain't built the same. Some motherfuckers' legs turn to jelly quick, man. Some motherfuckers hear certain numbers and their whole motherfucking brain state, you know, collapse under the pressure. Some motherfuckers is built sturdy. They stand up. And they still standing up in themselves for the rest of their life. Now, another thing I want to say is overall, the whole street shit is bullshit. You know? It's all bullshit. Motherfuckers use any excuse to go out there and, you know, do what they gotta do in a motherfucking illegal way. You know, because they done fell victim to the thought that crime pays. You know what I mean? That's a motherfucking myth. Yeah, a few motherfuckers get over. Some motherfuckers make bread, you know, get real large, become kingpins or whatever. But how many in the grand scheme of things? If you take out of 100% of the people that get into the street game, how many motherfuckers actually reach a status where they can actually own property, own houses, own cars, have bank accounts, and keep that shit for the rest of their life without no consequence, without none of their loved ones being affected by the ill shit that they doing. How many? I don't know none, personally, myself. You understand what I'm saying? And we get caught up in these, delusional codes and ethics that so-called come with the streets or being a real nigga. Many people saying it nowadays. You got a lot of people on their platforms you see a lot of memes talking about how real gangsters being a man and taking care of your family and your kids and providing the right way. You understand what I'm saying? Which I agree with 100%. And I'm speaking as a person who lived on both sides of the coin. I did the street thing, which led me to doing a decade and more than a decade entirely in my whole life in prison, all together, but I did a decade straight. And that ain't, it wasn't, nothing happened to me. I did my time, was quote unquote identified with as a real nigga, a stand-up nigga. I didn't tell on nobody, although I had co-defendants, but none of them went to jail with me. You understand what I'm saying? But that shit still didn't make me what they quote unquote was classifying me. What made me that is because I stood on, certain principles and morals, but those morals I stood on wasn't the shit that I got from the streets. That was the shit I got from my family. From my mother, my grandmother, my father, my grandfather, my uncles. You know what I'm saying? And I just held that up everywhere I went. I never fell victim to the streets. I always knew motherfuckers could tell, or motherfuckers would tell. When the pressure applied, cause I seen real niggas fold, and I ain't even hold that against them, because I know everybody not built the same. Some motherfuckers is real to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this Akon and Mysonne, debate, and these, it's like I agree with Akon and, Mysonne, I see where you coming from, but at the same time, all that street shit, period, is bullshit, my nigga. A nigga that's out there stealing, robbing, and killing need to be told on. Even me when I was out there, somebody should have told on me. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't doing nothing but motherfucking causing havoc and destruction and confusion in my own community. I wasn't doing that shit in Scarsdale, or the Hamptons and none of that shit. I was doing that shit where all my people was at, and they was being affected by the negativity I was doing. And a lot of young motherfuckers was being wrongly influenced, looking up to me. You know what I'm saying? So, nowadays, the way I look at it is like, these are the things that we gotta crush and stop in our communities. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't want to stop selling drugs, somebody need to tell on them. Motherfuckers don't want to stop killing, somebody need to tell on them. The problem is you got parents with their kids running wild, coming in the house with all kinds of drugs and guns and all that shit. And just because they getting hit off with a little bit of money, they condone the shit, or they don't say nothing to their kids, man. When I was young, you came to your house with all that shit, your moms kicked you the fuck out. I got kicked out. Wanting to sell drugs and live that type of lifestyle. I had to take that shit where it was at, in the streets. My people didn't condone that shit. Some did, and those are the motherfuckers I manipulated. You know what I mean? But I praise the motherfuckers who didn't, because ultimately those are the ones who helped me save my life. The motherfuckers who never condoned that bullshit I was doing in the streets. You know what I mean? The debate, to make Tekashi 6ix9ine the vocal point or the issue, he not the issue. He just was caught up in some shit with some niggas who was fucking ignorant and stupid. Look at the shit they did. They kidnapped this nigga. The nigga was fucking his girl. What you think he was gonna do when the shit hit the fan? When they missed the opportunity to motherfucking finish him in that car, that was it. What you think a motherfucker gonna do after that? You tried to kill him. Kidnapped him. Fucked this girl. He found all this shit out. And you still want him to be loyal to you. He gonna say fuck you. You know, I don't have no opinion on what him no way or another. I'm not into his music. You know, I'm not against his music. I'm not even against him developing in a positive direction. You know what I mean? After what he went through. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the myth is that motherfuckers don't tell in the streets. Real niggas. That's a lie, man. You don't know how many motherfuckers is confidential informants, niggas you standing right next to. Some of the motherfuckers you talk to every day is confidential informants on murder cases and shit like that, and you don't even know it. And you probably praise these same niggas. Some motherfuckers can't do 2 hours in jail. And they be the toughest niggas. Science is, man, being civilized. You know, I know we don't like the law. I know the law is against us in America. But at the same time, it's better to respect the law, learn the law, and understand how to make the law work in your favor in a positive fashion. These same images is why the police could use the excuse that they fear us. These same images that we identify with as being real and, you know, we glorify as street niggas. These police act like they scared of us, and they come in our communities, and when they stop us, any move we make, any flinch or any look we give, they say, oh, it was threatening and they got a right to kill us. That's because of the images that we project in a lot of ways. Not all because of that, because a lot of the motherfucking cops is racist. But some of them actually be scared. Most of them actually be scared, if you ask me. You know what I mean? But that's my take on it. I don't give a fuck if a nigga tell. I ain't in the streets no more. Tell on all them niggas if you give a fuck, if that's what the fuck it is. You know, that's for the motherfuckers in the streets living that life. I'm a civilian. I go to work every motherfucking day. And I don't want motherfuckers on the streets, you know, that ain't got no motherfucking permit to carry a gun, running around carrying guns and shooting guns and don't even have no motherfucking training or no motherfucking mental capacity to understand what it is when you take a motherfucking life. Just don't care. Fuck them niggas. Yeah, lock them up and throw away the motherfucking key. I'm just glad I made it out of this situation. And it's fucked up because I still could get caught up just walking down the street by one of these ignorant motherfuckers who chasing a motherfucking dollar thinking they're a real nigga and this is how it is, this is how they gotta get money, you know what I mean? And they don't know that education could take you further than anything. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, your moms could get her pocketbook snatched, or you know, your little cousin could get killed because he wearing a motherfucking red or blue shirt, or he got his hat turned to a certain way, you know what I mean, walking through a certain block, and he might be a fucking, you know, genius on a low, you know, about to do wonderful things with his life. Fuck them savages. They deserve whatever the fuck they get.